Hey, what's up everybody? My name's Chopper. So today I've got a video for you about opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is going to affect you guys every day, whether you realize it or not. It's going to affect your small decision making, in your big decision making, all the major stuff, and even the little day-to-day stuff. So it's all that. We're going to be talking about all that. We're going to get into that later in the video. Really quick, I want to talk about the gameplay. It's actually kind of relevant to our topic today because I'm going to rotate through a lot of different weapons and play kind of subpar in this first part of the game. And it's relevant because I'm trying to use the best course of action, the best one that will give me the best benefits, and potentially missing out on a different setup that might give me better outcome. So that's basically the gameplay. It gets better as it goes along, so I'm just going to say that right now. So it is worth watching. So opportunity cost is usually a economic term used to describe a course of action, what you give up in terms of taking one course of action, what you give up instead of taking a different but mutual set of action. You know what I mean? So the actual definition of opportunity cost from Wikipedia is: in microeconomic theory, the opportunity cost of a choice is the value of the best alternative foregone, where a choice needs to be made between several mutually exclusive alternatives giving limited resources. Assuming the best choice is made, it is the cost incurred by not enjoying the benefit that would have had been taken by the second best and choice available. So like all the other choices that you didn't take is what opportunity cost is by Wikipedia. Now that's the Wikipedia. That's more to do with economics and money and stuff, how you spend your money, your time, and your resources, pursuing different things. But there's some real life parallels to be drawn. This affects you guys, it affects me, it affects everybody, and whether you realize it or not. So it's kind of like a subconscious thing that we do. Couple examples I got for you is like of opportunity cost is like the difference between work and leisure time. Like if you have a job, if you guys are working a job, like a part-time job or whatever, and let's say you're flexible, you make your own hours, you sometimes have to decide between if you want to work more on a certain day, if you just want to chill, if you want to relax, you want to spend some time to yourself and not necessarily work. But what you're missing out on is if you spend that time to yourself, you're missing out on potentially some money that could be made, and that money could help you down the road, you know. And if you work, then you're missing out on time that you could be spend doing something that you actually enjoy. I think that's a really good example of it. Another one I got is like either trying to decide between pursuing a romantic relationship or spending time with your friends. Because if you guys have girlfriends, you know that sometimes your girlfriends will get jealous if you spend too much time with your friends, and they don't like that. If you want to spend more time with your friends, then that's something that you have to potentially give up on, is pursuing a relationship, and vice versa. If you want to pursue a relationship, you might not be able to spend as much time with your friends. That's give or take, depending on who you're dating and what the situation is. But that's pretty much a universal term for that. Another one is like money and family. This is like for adults. It kind of goes back to the work thing. If you spend more time working than with your family, then you're missing out on opportunities to spend time with your family. Maybe watching your kids grow up, learn new things, teaching your kids new things, and instead you're making money to provide for your family so you can enjoy that stuff later on. That's another example of opportunity cost. I think that's also a really, really good one. And then this one, it really applies to you guys, it applies to me. This is like the cost between homework and relaxing. Like oftentimes when I get homework, I'm just not feeling it. I'm like, dude, I'm just chilling today. You know, I don't feel like doing all this stuff. I'm just relaxing. But you know, what I end up paying for it later is that my grades could slip. My grades could drop severely depending on how much I neglect it. And it's not always the best course of action to ignore your homework. And of course, the opposite side of that is if you do all your homework and get it done, then you probably won't have as much time just to relax and spend to yourself. That's kind of ties back to the work and leisure time, but that's kind of more on your guys' level. And that is actually an excellent example for me. I find myself in that boat way, way, way too often. I mean, I know I should do my homework, and I usually do my homework. I get pretty good grades, but sometimes when I don't do my homework and I just choose to skip out on it, then I really, really pay the price for it. And I'm sure a lot of you guys do too, if you're school age and everything like that. And that is actually a really, really personal example of mine. And speaking of opportunity costs that directly affect me, this is a really good one. A lot of times I have to decide between making videos for you guys, making content for you guys to enjoy, and to potentially bring in new subscribers, or going to spend time with my friends. If they're going to a party, whatever, just whatever they're doing, you know, I don't want to miss out on it. I want to spend time with my friends, hang out with them. And if on that side, if I hang out with my friends and I go to the party with them or whatever, then I'm potentially missing out on all the subscribers, channel growth, likes, everything like that. I'm missing out on all that stuff that could have been if I had not gone to that party and stayed home making videos. And sometimes it goes either way. Sometimes I will stay home and make videos, or sometimes I'll just say, you know what, I procrastinate a little bit and then I'll stay home, or no, I won't stay home, and I'll go and hang out with my friends or whatever, spend time with them, and then I'll try to play catch up on these videos later. Sometimes that's why sometimes I am a little bit late in between uploads. That's a really, really good example for my personal life. And then another really good example I have mine is either, I said I work out every day after school. Well, on most days I have to decide how long I want to stay at the gym and stay working out and exercising and all that stuff, and then how much time I'm going to put aside to do my homework and all my schoolwork that needs to be done, the next day or whatever. And sometimes, if I spend too long in the gym, if I'm really going hard and going at it, then I'm missing out on a lot of time, resources, and energy, and I probably won't want to do my homework later. I'm missing out on all those good grades I could be getting. My grades are probably going to drop severely if I spend a lot of time in the weight room. I've actually noticed that if I spend a lot of time in the weight room, my grades seem to slip, and then if I do a little bit less, then my grades seem to have a gradual incline. I mean, my grades aren't terrible. I mean, I'd say my grades are pretty good, but regardless, they just dip down a little bit if I'm spending too much time in the weight room, not enough time on my homework. And on the flip side, if I'm not spending enough time in the gym, I can definitely feel it when I hit a bench. I've noticed that I haven't spent enough time in the gym as I should have, but my grades are doing fine. So that is a really good example of how much opportunity cost affects my day-to-day life. And opportunity cost should affect your decisions on every day to day. It's like you need to know what you're giving up in a course of action that you take for everything. It could be a big decision, a small decision. It really doesn't matter. I mean, we don't always think about it when we're just making decisions on the day-to-day basis. Again, that's not like a thing that we always are constantly thinking about. But when you have two big decisions in front of you, and you got to choose only one, so only one, that's really what opportunity cost is. You have to pick one or the other, and potentially what you're missing out and not benefiting from that other one. Just always be thinking about what could you be gaining from each. Just think them over. Think about what you could be gaining from each opportunity and what could come out of it. I'm starting to get a little bit ranty here, so I'm just going to go ahead and wrap it up. But basically, just think about what you're giving up and what you're gaining with each possible decision that you make. So if you guys did learn something, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new to my channel, if you like my content. And you guys know the drill. Just like, favorite, all that stuff. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.